My name is Jermaine Garcia, and I'm here in Chicago. I've been in Chicago now for 15 years. By day, I work in finance in CLO analytics, and then by night, I really enjoy my social media account around TikTok and Instagram as well. Guys, I got it. If you recognize this bag, yes, this is the Walmart Birkin bag. I'm not really a fashion person, but I've always had like a large collection of bags, whether it's like tote bags or book bags or luggage or like the very famous like all aluminum suitcases as well that we all know pretty well. I feel like I saw this from a targeted ad actually. And originally it was from Walmart.com and it was in August and it was around my birthday. And I said, oh, it would be so cool to have like this cool, like similar bag, like an homage to like the real Walmart Birkin. And I think it was like $102 at the time. And I said, okay, well, maybe. And we all add, when we're shopping online, we all add things to our carts. And we're like, okay, save for later. Let me think about this. Let me think about that. And then I think it was after the election where I was like, you know what? I really just want like a fun little bag now. And I knew what color I wanted. I knew what size I wanted. So I went ahead and I ordered the Birkin, the Walmart bag version of it in the 30, like right here. And then I've just decorated it in my own charms. And it's kind of like my daily carry right now, especially after posting it and sharing my story on TikTok and having about 3 million views on it. It's kind of fun, and I've made friends online on TikTok as well from other people who have unboxed it. And I always get super excited. I know I saw an unboxing the other day and I was kind of watching TikTok and I'm like, oh my, what color do we think it is? And they're so difficult to find right now. I know some are still available on like the TikTok shop. Walmart did take it down after it started picking up speed on social media, whether it's Instagram. I know there's a couple YouTube videos out there, and then TikTok as well, And I think it was probably within a matter of 2 or 3 days at the most where Walmart said, we're taking this down. And I know that there are users on TikTok that have said, oh, we ordered it and we've also received emails from Walmart saying our orders have been canceled, that they're having issues with, with the distributor. And I think there might have been some confusion around like, oh, like the Walmart Birkin bag, is it available in store? Can we go down, can we go to like Walmart on Toohey Avenue? But really Walmart.com has kind of evolutionized itself where it's like a marketplace for sellers and buyers. And it's really similar to Amazon now. So I think at the end of the day, it is like a vegan leather, and I can go ahead and show off my bag here. So I ordered it in the brown and I have a lot of different charms on it. I did not know how to tie the twilly when it originally came. So I did need a little bit of YouTube University help with that. And then I've just added a couple charms here and there. Overall, because this is not real leather at the price point that this was sold to me at, I would say that it's like a synthetic leather. It's like a vegan leather. But I think for what it is, I think it's a great looking bag. And overall, the quality, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I ordered it in brown. I have it in black as well. But I always knew I loved the brown color, and it comes with the gold hardware on it. So I've really been enjoying it, and I think I've been using it daily ever since I got it, and I get a lot of compliments on it. And I get a lot of people will do the stop and stare or the second look when you're using like the Walmart Birkin, and I think it's a funny thing to take this bag into a place like Costco. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just doing like my daily stuff. I'm buying chicken in bulk and buying dog food, like a 50-pound bag of dog food. So I really enjoy it. And I think the thing I enjoy most about it is when people actually come up to you and they'll be like, hey, is that like the real Birkin or is that like the Walmart version? And it's like, it's a conversation starter, and I really enjoy that. And I some days I'm just looking like, oh, am I taking these avocados or those avocados? And I had it happen just the other day. A woman at the grocery store, she said, "Oh, is that like the bag I saw on the news?" And I said, "Yes." So I like the fact that it's a conversation starter, and I think right now everyone, I think doing like a low or no spend January. If you're on TikTok, you've seen these things where it's like, oh, we really want to be like budget conscious in the new year with that, like maybe that's one of our New Year's resolutions. And I think an item like this, it lets you have the style. And while this item may not last forever, I think it lets you have the style and it lets you have the fun right now. And this was a bag that's around like the $80 price point, when a fully authenticated bag that might come in closer to, I would say 17 to $27,000 range, like a good $10,000 range. At Hermes, when you're buying a real bag, there's a wait list for this. I mean, we all know when Carrie Bradshaw, when she walked in to Hermes and she tried to buy a Birkin, it's like, oh, there's a wait list. And she says, I figured. And the sales associate says, it's 5 years. And this look of dread, it's like, my gosh, I could earn another bachelor's degree in that time, less time than that. I could go, I could finish up my master's degree. I could do 2 master's degrees in that time. And I think people just want to have like the style. And I think there's been a lot of discussion and reaction to this bag online. And I think a lot of people say, I think if Jane Birkin was here, she would probably like this more because it's more accessible to the everyday period. And this is a woman who used to board her flights when she was here with a wicker basket, like what we would use as like an Easter basket. And Hermes designed a very similar bag for her, and it took off. And even though she was an actress and she's had her whole career, she has like an actual professional career in acting. When she was asked, how do you think how do you think you will be remembered when you're not here, she's like, oh, probably from the bag. So I think it's a really cool thing, and I think it's just a really budget conscious homage to the original, and it lets a lot of people have access to the style. And I think of it also as like a blank canvas where I have like my initials on the front of the bag. I have like a little horse charm on it because you know I grew up in the countryside, and then you can kind of decorate it any way you want with whatever charms you're looking for. And I think that's really cool. I think there used to be like the stigma around like bags that are known as replicas or dupes. But I feel like some of that shame is gone now, especially because we're living in this day of age where it's like not everyone can afford these very expensive 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, $27,000 bags. And those price points are just like the starting price points. Like you'd have to wait 5 years just to get the window sticker on a Hermes Birkin bag. And a lot of people they'll put their name on the list and they'll play the Hermes game. They'll buy the scarves and the shoes and maybe some other bags. But this is a bag that you have to really be offered the opportunity to buy it in a real Hermes store. And 5 years from now, I mean, you don't even know if you'll still want it. And they have you create this wish list. But I think at the end of the day, it's just a bag at the end of the day, and it's just fun to be able to style it however you want to. And I don't know, I think people are having a lot of fun with it right now.